9. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet, not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing.
This is where many of us get our journey started. It's where many of us begin our season conquest to become the best driver, and some of us just never leave it. Welcome to the dirt plains of Eldora Speedway and the showcase for today's action of the GOAT Racing League here on PTM Racing TV. It is go time here on the show on the dirt, 95 laps to the distance. It should be a doozy here on the show. Hi again, everyone. I am the Crusader Christian Schreier joining you guys today, and I welcome you back here to kind of my plains, my land here that I well know very much. This is without a doubt my favorite place to watch racing, one of my favorite things to watch in racing in general. Anything with a dirt track to it, anything that is like quarter mile and just barely above with a hard plains to race, that to me is the toughest challenge any track, any driver can face against. But without further ado, let's take a look at that track as well here. 4.44 miles in length. Eldora Speedway, it is oval in configuration, but it is not without its bankings. It has some strong bankings in the turns as well as those backstretch banking, kind of setting off the drivers just a little bit more to have to square up for the turn 3 and 4. 1 and 2 though, obviously kind of straightened out from the front stretch, but have to really sway it on the outside or the bottom, choosing your lane. Both corners a little bit different in their banks and a little their shape, but there's one thing's for sure: the cushion works and the bottom can work. It's a multi-groove track, small in length, but it's tough in comparison to what you got to face against. And right now, looking at our qualifying times here before we enter into our stages here, the first stage of the day here, this is what we're looking at right now. Aaron Smith, your number 1 seed. Cade McClinney going second in the seeding. Chad Adams going into the 3rd spot. Aaron Jackson going 4th, and then 5th being Charles Van Schaik. Very interesting dilemma here. Many drivers already looking to try to bolster up their speed, trying to bolster up their momentum. It's going to be a long, long road, though. No matter how you look at it, no matter where you come from in this field or in this track, nobody is safe from the chaos and madness that ensues here from this very tough terrains and very tough to master track. Time right now here, about 10 seconds remaining before we enter into the race here. So race fans, if you can, get this one shared around. Show us some love. Show the driver some love. We want to hear you. We want to see you. It's time to get down to business and time to get down to the show. It is GOAT time. And now qualifying has completed. Let's take a look at our starting lineup. And on the pole, he's got the number 1 position, Aaron Smith. The 70 will be on the inside. The outside is the 05, Cade McClinney. Row number 2 in the 54 is Chad Adams. In the outside of them will be the Action Jackson, Aaron Jackson in the 12. Row number 3 is Charles Van Schaik in the 23. The outside is the 47, Joseph Gravala. Row number 4 is going to be Jeff Ramsdell. The 97 outside in the 24 is Cody Sturgill. Row number 5 will pilot Christoph Hall in the 98 outside, and the number 2, Ricky Udding. Row number 6 is going to be piloted by the 10 of Ryan D. Cook. Outside of them in the 36, Richard Crane. And row number 7, piloting the 43, it'll be Samuel Harrell. And finally, in the final row as well, Bud Shear in the 93, the shotgun on the field, Clayton A. Johnson, and the number 13. 15 truck lineup, set for the action, set for the planes. It's time for the dirt to fly once again here on PTM Racing TV. It has been long wished and long dreamt upon to get it back here. The GOAT Racing League has brought us that and then some. Stages of this race is going to be at lap 20 and then lap 45, which then will give us the final marker there for our drivers to lay them out from there. Watch for everyone to get a little bit squirrely off the starts. Those starts are going to be extremely difficult. Watch for them to start towards the top half, maybe towards the bottom a little bit. But as they get further into the run, everybody will be heading to that outside banking. But there is one track and one thing though that can go good with this place is the fact you can throw the slide jobs here. So we'll see if that is used up, and that will be used at full content here. A lot of adversaries ready to go at it, and a who's who, so drivers ready to hit it down off the distance through corner number 4. This time on by, pace truck comes off. Our flagman ready to wave them down. Let's bring the goats to the race. Here we go. They're going to fire them down right through turn number 1 and 2 out of the gate. The number 24 here will have to settle himself back down. Cody Sturgill falls back a little bit. Jeff Ramsdale in the 97 swinging his way on the bottom as they go to the top side. Aaron Jackson throwing the dirt into the cushion. Got a piece of the wall though as he got slammed around in the between. All drivers right now trying to stay out of trouble here. Richard Crane not so fortunate. The 36 wrecking a little bit out there, having some problems in the field. Aaron Smith has got the early lead here right out of the gate as Cade McClinney tries to hunt him down. And Charles Van Schaik here all over the place there. The Black Lives Matter number 23 Fast Lane machine. Got it a little bit tight there off of turn number 4. Kind of lost in the turn. And you can see the fenders are put together. Bumping, rubbing is racing on dirt. That's what gets you sometimes. Action Jackson dealing with Gravala right now. Pops it up on the top side now. He's trying to get him again. Aaron Smith, though, your race leader, looking to get another one added to the mantle. Last time out, it was at Watkins Glen he took it home at. This time, he's looking to bring another one from the dirt levels. And memory serves me, I believe he's already got one dirt race to his credit, to his name, so he'd love to add another one to that reservoir. Richard Crane with that damage right now on the 90, on the 36, just too much to bear. Christoph Hall, problems of his own right here. Gets spun and turned around there on the front stretch. He's having a hard time recentering it. Let's take a look at the replay, see what happened exactly. Samuel Harrell there in the 43 staying above him, and as you can see, Christoph just was not quite able to bring it back to the top, too hard on the gas and send it on its way. Then try to recenter and then overdid it again. Caution flag is out as well, and it looks like Richard Crane may be the result of that. I'm going to go ahead and take a quick look at the replay here and see if we can get a look at that there. So this was the reason why the pit stop. This is the reason why the caution came out, I should say. As I was going to say, Crane was going for a pit stop here, and instead actually had slowed down too much to where the caution had thrown out due to lack of speed there. All drivers got to be at full speed or at max or at full potential here to able to not get that caution to fly out. That is something you'll see a lot of, is just drivers getting a little too complacent, get a little too over their head, and then realizing they may have made a little bit of mistake there. Green flag back on out here once more, and we're ready to rock them off again. Still got a few laps here in stage number 1. Sturgill having some fun up there. He's just letting that rear end slide out a bit. You gotta drift and swing your way through the corners. Keep the truck as straight as you can though, and build power off. Smith working the bottom lane, already doing as I said earlier, which is use the comfort of the bottom where the grip is and shorten the track down. Going to that top side, you run the risk of damaging the fenders out a little bit and trying to push your limits just more than you probably should. Chad Adams holding down the 97. Jeff Ramsdell here as the Axon 54 continues to hold third in. Everybody for themselves here as Smith now claims to the top side. McClenny though rocking towards the bottom looking for his position. And McClenny now playing follow the leader here with Smith trying to do something about it. Charles Van Schaik here right in the middle plane trying to deal with company right up in front of him here with Samuel Harrell as well as the 93 of Bud Shearer. Both guys in a hot dispute. Van Schaik trying to make a run there in the middle. Harrell has got the bottom locked up though. Both nearly going 3 wide off the corners yet again. And if you want to know how difficult it is to hold this thing online, look at the RPMs and then look at the steering wheel. It's a mix and a counterbalance act. It's pretty much how you use the truck for good measure. It's one thing to have power, it's another to actually learn how to use it properly. That's exactly what everybody is getting a taste of. Gravala and Shearer have some bouncing and back and forth, but off the side there. Shearer gives a good little knocker there to Gravala. Gravala probably not too appreciative of it. Harrell dealing back on the top side here as the 23 tries to get around him. Can't quite make the pass. All guys right now just stabilizing down, trying to hope for the best. Richard Crane moving the chains and lap traffic. But he's going to get put back again. 3 wide off. Both guys involved in trouble. They get away from it. Nice driving up there. Oh, a little bit of a mess swing along there. Everyone just getting kind of in that mix up. No one is safe here, that is for sure. Well, McClenny's still trying to hunt down Smith. Adams right now still trying to keep Ramsdell behind him. As Joe Gravala joins us now, he says, okay, Gravala, let's go. El Paso is ready to go, Army. Joe, thanks for tuning on in here, sir. We appreciate your time today, my friend. They're rolling up quickly here on the stage break, and they know it too. They're getting one step right into the mix. Jeff Ramsdell trying to stick there with Jeff Adams as the number 54 Axon machine holds him back. Every driver for their position, every driver for the momentum. The flow of the race continuing to grow deeper as we go. Look at Joe. Now Joseph Gravala here coming right back into the mix. Bud Shearer trying to hold him back though. Hey, look at that wheel moving by Bud, man. He is trying to hold that line as much as he can. This is a drifter's kind of track. If you can hold that line in, you can steer it in like that. It will help your control. The downside, though, is as soon as you hit that wall, well, you might as well consider your speed goodbye unless you're able to sling the rear end out just slightly enough to where it's not hurting you. But again, it's extremely difficult to master, and by golly, it's even more difficult to nail down. This is the one thing I love about this dirt racing is, again, it's beating, banging, it's cornering off, it's tight-ended, it is hard racing. That's what I like about it so much, is the caution is drawn out. Caution draws out. Stage number 1 has completed. And Aaron Smith, the gold standard, has already laid down the first shot in the dark. Winning this one out here, he will take stage number 1. But again, with fuel gonna be a little rampant, tires gonna be pretty much non-existent on the tire wear. That can force some drivers to really make some moves and make some changes. But the damage and control of their truck is really, to me, what's going to be their biggest issue and their biggest dilemma. You hear some drivers already trying to keep the motors revved up just a little bit. Make sure everybody is in proper working order. No blame or shame there, really. Coming down, stage number 2 begins. We're off and running here. And this time around, McClenny gets one on Smith. Here you go, battle for the lead. Will Smith throw the slide job? He's on the bottom, looking in. He's driving it right off the corner. Can't quite get the pass though. Rest of your field kind of maneuvering around. Smith deep inside that line. McClenny trying to get some run on the top. He had an opening. He took full control. That is what drivers have to do to win these races, much less just survive here on this track. And both guys in a head deadlock here for position. Oh, Cody Stern going right off of turn number 4, right into the inside wall protection. Trouble for the 24 Silverado. Kept run down right out of the turn, couldn't quite keep his momentum up. The rest of your field just piloting right into the mix. As your battle for the lead still stretches on, coming in your living room. Smith made a move on McLean to drive it up to the top side. Looked like he listened to us in the broadcast booth, looked for the slide job. McClenny seems to be using just a slight bit of that cushion and using the wall as a guider. But again, with these trucks, they're not like dirt stocks or late models or sprint cars. As soon as you hit that wall, you better make sure you're straightened out before you get too ramped in. They're keeping them just enough sideways, not to worry about it. As Smith goes for it, here comes a slide job off a 3 and a turn number 4. No go for the 70. Oh, how long has it been since I've been able to say that? Listen, I miss it. He threw the slide job and it did not hold straight. McClenny keeping him right behind the field, trying to keep the KFM 05 another victory. McSmith looking for his second one here in the season. On 2 completely different surfaces too. That will be something. The field marching back right down to the track right now. We'll leave those 2 alone as Charles Van Schuyck currently now is being hunted down by Bud Shearer. Shearer, a hard charger. The 93 RBS has gone 7 up. 7 spots so far up for Bud Shearer. He's looking to continue that dominance and maybe get a little bit further. Has got some work to do though if he wants to get to it. Van Schuyck's not going to give him much room nor give him any openings for sure, and he is making sure he's well aware of that. Shearer digging in deep. Gravalla holding the top 5 right now here. Ramsdale, Adams swapping around as well, but both guys stay where they were at. The only difference so far has been Smith and McClenny swapping the lead around And taking full control of that and got, oh, he was going for another slider. He opened up the White Castle shop, and it did not serve up enough customers. So he has to fall back in line and find a way to get some more. McClenny is not going to let him cross him over that easily, and Smith is aware of that. But again, it doesn't matter how many times you do it, it matters when it counts. And here we go once more. If you want to make it count, why not do it now? But for the position, Shearer takes it over from Scheich. He's now 8 spots up. And the Ford camp right now is currently having some problems trying to get that thing kind of dialed in, trying to square it away here as we go on board with Shearer. You can see he's having seemingly no trouble steering into the track. It's just a matter of getting through to the front of the pack. Aaron Axon Jackson badly damaged up on the 12 already. The Toyota Tundra driver trying to keep another Chevrolet guy behind him. And Cody Sturgill, the number 24 Hobbit machine, paying dividend to the Hobbit field and trying to mark his way through. But Jackson able to hold him down just a little bit for now. Still plenty of time though left before he can really make too many equations here. Stage break coming up here, and these guys are both well aware of that. Down to the final laps here of the stage number 2. Cade McClenny and Aaron Smith looking for position. Smith got McClenny last time. He's looking to switch this around in McClenny's favor. Meanwhile, the rest of your field here in a deadlock. Samuel Harrell coming back through the paces. He's going for double trouble. Here we go. Nearly 3 wide. Entering, we are 3 wide off of turn number 2. Big battle coming for Harrell as he drives it straight to the bottom. Will he engage the slide job? Oh, yes, he will. Slide job thrown at the 23. Van Scheich not able to counteract him. Couldn't quite cross him back over now. Harrell takes full control on the top side as he will bring the Focus Factor Silverado right to the mix. Shearer now has to try to hold him down as he looks to gain the positions. Laps winding off down into the final couple laps here at stage number 2. McClenny well aware right now what's going on, so is Smith. Both guys in a bit of a deadlock here, trying to outrun the other. McClenny now seeing a momentous occasion here coming up. Rocketing it off of the corners once more. You've seen that battle between Samuel Harrell as well, and the 43, 95 of 93 of Bud Shearer, and 23 of Charles Van Scheich. A battle of the 3s for 3 positions. That's a whole lot of 3s if you ask me. Van Scheich still trying to make a move off on Harrell after that slider. He got thrown at him. Track starting to fade away. You see the rubber getting laid down. Remember, we were on a clean surface just a little while ago. Once the surface breaks down, then it becomes a challenge. It's all right, and that's exactly what Shearer's finding out. Samuel Harrell making good use and good work of the foot and steering. He's got a lock on him. Oh, but he can't make the pass. No go there. Giant Scheich now maybe looking to try to cross him up here. He'll bring it to the bottom as Cody Sturgill, the 24, now on the attack and on the offensive. Mixing it up though, they're right behind the leader. Sturgill getting wrecked in. Yellow is out as the caution flies. Stage number 2 comes to an end. Oh my. So Cade McClenny, after a little bit of a heartbreaker in stage number 1, he comes roaring back with a big stage win. Aaron Smith now well aware of what he's up against. And you know what that means, race fans. There's 2 different stage winners. We need to break the tie. So will there be someone to dethrone both of them? We are going to find that out in just a few short minutes. Absolutely chaotic though, and wild to say the least. What a performance by everybody involved, and some absolutely tremendous racing mixed in from these drivers. Those that are not tore up and still able to keep it going are going to try their best to work around the issues and dilemmas. The 10 of Ryan D. Cook's going to go into pit road and may try to get cleaned up a bit. The 24 of that hobby machine looks absolutely tore up, and so does Jackson there in the 12. Golf drivers usually pretty good about taking care of their equipment, but again, we're not running on asphalt, boys. This is dirt. So now, time has come. Yellow flag high in the air, initiating the 1 to go marker. Smith is going to be stuck on the bottom. McClenny is going to go back to the top side. This is exactly where he wants to be off the start. There's a slight bit of damage on the 70. Seems to be all clean on the McClenny. How will these two face off against one another in the final ladders of this race? We're about to find out off of turn number 4. Back to the green. It's somebody's race, but whose will it be? A tremendous start by McClenny out of the gate. 3 wide, slow, nearly 4 wide him off down to turn number 1 and 2. Hard banging and banging on the walls and on the corners just to get the better of the two. Here comes Ramsdale in the DuPont 24 right up ahead to the 54 Exxon. He gets the stern spot away. Adams not able to hold him back. They'll walk it their way down through 3, 1 and 2. It's a battle for precipitancy as both drivers now fight for a position. Gabe McClenny in the 05 trying to hold Aaron Smith back as far as he can. Knows he is going to look for an opposition or an opening on him. Every driver right now just crisscrossed and applesauced up a little. Here comes Gravala. Oh, he's going for broke again, but Shearer trying to make him use that little spot up. Both guys absolutely fighting for a position as there's a problem on the track. Caution is out. Ryan D. Cook has come to a dead stop. Ryan D. Cook has unfortunately brought the truck to a rest here, and that will bring out the caution flag for our instant replay. And the line outdoors, number 10, goes for a little tail whip. Tail whip the corner, and that will send him back to the pack. Still 40 laps to go, though. Anything can happen here on this show, and we've seen crazier things come through. Coming to the restart, 40 laps remain. Smith won stage 1, McClenny took stage 2. Both have not left first and second all day long. Chad Adams getting a cleanup job in that 54. Or I really was going to say he did, but actually that was just his left side. The right side's all tore up. I completely forgot all about that. He was needing a cleanup job, is what I was supposed to say, but I kind of forgot. I kind of left my marker on that one, so that's all I got to say about that. Waiting to the green flag yet again here. Flag high in the air. Let's rock them again. And Chad Adams actually getting a great drive on the outside. He's got McClenny with him. He makes it around the Aaron Smith, but we got problems right up ahead of the track. 3 truck pile up. Oh my. Caution back out. 3 drivers involved. Charles Van Schaik, Joseph Gravala, Cody Sturgill. They are involved in the wreck here. Let's take a look at this one. Well, looks like Samuel Harrell may have thrown a little bit too much weight around, it looks like. And Gravala getting slid up there into the corner, had nowhere to go. Oh my. It's not often you see a lot of drivers get kind of crisscrossed out like that, but that's kind of how it happens sometimes. Harrell went to the bottom, went for a Hail Mary, and instead he got Gravala with him. Harrell takes Gravala, and then Sturgill and Van Schaik had nowhere to go. All three drivers just getting crossed out of that one. Sorry for technical difficulty screen here, folks. Trying to get that screen tearing out and get the fresh rate back up to normal. Well, we're definitely not wasting time. They're all ready to get to it again. Laps winding down, time clicking away. That start, though, from Chad Adams, man, I got a feeling if he can do that again, he may be making McClenny sweat just a little bit. Back to the restart zone. Let's get it again, boys. Smith stuck on the bottom. Ramsdale going top side. Oh, but Smith throws a slide job right there. The crossover off turn 2. Gets a good run off. 3 wide slew. Here goes Gravala. The man does not want to let off easily here. He swings it by a couple of them. Gets around the 2. Ricky Edding and Cody Sturgill. Perfect pass by Gravala. Meanwhile, back for the race lead. Chad Adams still trying to get to McClenny if he can. Looking for an opening if there's a shot and a hope and a prayer. Cody Sturgill right now slamming and smashing the wall around just a bit more as Gravala tries to hold the bottom. They are right in the slick and the rubber. This is where things get extremely difficult to handle and master around Smith. He's throwing all his weight at the 54 Exxon Silverado, but he didn't get enough of him. Even with 550 horsepower packages, these things just do not hold down enough to get the ground and get the clearance you need. You gotta time your shot perfectly and then throw it right at him. Adams stuck on the wall. Smith had a chance. He still got a chance. He gets it down there and finally right by the top. Adams made one too many mistakes, slamming the wall around, getting him stuck into the dirt. Panels up there. Now he loses his position and has to relinquish it to Smith, and the gold standard is after McClenny. 30 laps remain. We are approaching the end of this climactic race so far. Jeff Ramsdale in the 97 trying to keep it ahead of Bud Shearer as he held in. Stuck in the 3rd spot for a little while, was stuck in 4th for a good time, and now back in 4th. But Shearer has been literally a madman on a mission. He started back really in the last row before the shotgun position, and now currently trying to get to more than just the top 5. He's looking for a podium if he can, but he is struggling right now to get that going and trying to hang on. Even Aaron Jackson getting a piece of it too. Samuel Harrell on the 43 right now, making things just a little bit more difficult here for Bud Shearer as he's currently moving in closely to his positions. Harrell right now going down low, says let's see where this one will go. Isn't quite getting it yet. Action Jackson right now trying to bring the speed and bring the action, as they all say. And Joseph Gravala right now, despite that little hiccup he suffered earlier, he's leaving nothing to chance. He's going for it all. Action Jackson, no! Oh, gets it stuck right off of turn number 4. Caution! Gravala had nowhere to go around him there, and unfortunately Aaron Jackson receives the bad end of it, gets clipped in the corner and sent into the water barrels there. Let's take a look at the replay. Rear end snuck out on him too much, and then when he got clipped, that was all she wrote for him. Really not much else you can do or go from there in that position. I think he's pretty well aware of that at the moment. "23 laps remain, coming back to the start and back to the line here. What do we have left in store? Don't tune out now. Don't give out yet, folks. We are just approaching the end of this one. Off our corner number 4, back into the restart zone. It's green flag out for the Goats. And Go Racing League yet again, hip top, throwing all they got up there with it. Cross up in between though, Sturgill, Gravala, slamming each other down, almost body slamming it right in the backstretch. They keep it under control though. Aaron Smith has now locked horns with McClenny once again. He's trying to get him through the turns and looking for an opening around. Jeff Ramsdell in the 97 currently fighting the positions and fighting for what he's got, but he knows he's been kind of cornered into a bad spot here. Joseph Gravala and Cody Sturgill right now trying to move back to the chains and move it back up to the front. 21 to go. Top 5 will be interviewed at the end of this race if they wish to be interviewed. Aaron Smith, McClenny right now dealing with the pressure, dealing with the power off the edges. No driver is safe. McClenny just trying to stay off that wall. He's doing an extremely good job of it right now. Smith is no stranger to dirt either though. Both drivers only separated out by about a 700 I rating. They know how to run the dirt. Smith has locked it up. He's got a position. He's got a chance. He just can't quite get around him just yet. But again, it's early. Will he throw a slide job? That's going to be his biggest opportunity. He knows the trucks take a little bit longer to get kind of squared away if he does go for it. That's going to be a very big maneuver and a very tall order if he does so. Caution flag back on out. Something gone wrong yet again there for Joseph Gravala and Action Jackson, it looks like. Let's take a look at the PTM replay and see what went wrong. Got crossed off in between there and oh boy. Oh man. And Jackson got stuck in the wall. Gravala had nowhere to go there. Madness all around the track and nothing left to be had. Leading it back down the restart zone. 13 laps to go. We get to the final 10 laps. Top 5 will be on your screen. And fenders put together again. Look out here. Ramsdale and Adams having at it again. Sammy Horrell on the 43 coming up for the field here. Every driver for themselves. Couldn't look for position. McClenny getting further ahead of Aaron Smith, so could be locking it up further as they get into this. Trying to hold on. Every driver there themselves here as they try to just get anything they can, work through this field and trying to maneuver around. Chad Adams here going right up against with Ramsdale there as they move him through. 3 wide salute. Charles Van Schaik, Joseph Gravala, Ricky Udding kicking it up a notch or two. Every driver for themselves. Nobody losing this crack and losing this ground. Top 5 on your screen. Final 10 laps to go. Chad Adams in the 54 right now, trying to keep a pace, trying to dictate the run as Jeff Ramsdale tries to catch to him. Both drivers right now still in a heated deadlock. Charles Van Schaik seeing Bud Shearer going down to the bottom, looking for a run for a slide job, did not connect it. Gravala now trying to slide off there, looking for any kind of opening, any kind of spot they can get. Neither driver seems to be gaining an inch here. Take a look at the last laps though, between McClenny and Smith. McClenny is rocketing it. Oh, I spoke too soon. I was going to say he is rocketing it towards a strong finish, but Odie Sturgill on the 24 brings out another caution. Another caution brewed out of proportions, and we'll take a look at the PTM instant replay. And again, it just really mind boggles me how close, how crazy things get. And then all of a sudden, just that slight error, it just shows you, you have to be versatile. And these tracks will tear you up and give you a whole new meaning to the world, tough as nails. You not only have to be a wheelman out here, you've got to be a driver and a half to get this locked in and set to go on the paces. Here we go, last chance, 5 laps to go. What will the drivers do? Who will take advantage? Coming up now, 3 wide salute, back to the pack here. Every driver for themselves, couldn't maneuvering through. Tick-tocking them around, off again. There are no gimmies here. Everyone losing it out. Shanshike lost a lot of control in the corner there before. Terrell and Gravala making it work off the field. We're coming with 3 laps to go. This time on by. Every driver for themselves trying to muster up the momentum, trying to keep the position and gain. Sammy Horrell though, way loose, big wreck. Oh, can they get it going again? They'll refire, no caution. They refired it up just in time. 2 laps to go. This time by. Green flag high in the air. We've got 2 left. And 2 drivers right now looking for the lead, looking for that final leg of the race. Ricky Udding trying to make a great comeback here from the back in the 2nd spot here, trying to get ahead to Charles Van Schaik and Bud Shearer. That battle is for 7, but off of turn 3 and 4. White flag out for the race leaders. Aaron Smith, Kate McClenny going back and forth, trying to see which one will get the advantage. Will Smith throw the slide job and throw it at him? He's got no choice. He's going to just try to run it off the top and go for broke. It's not enough time though. Kay McClenny will win it again. Wow, wow, wow. We needed a tiebreaker. We got it. And the man from the 05 camp brings it home at Eldora. And that right there, race fans, is a victory lane celebration, to say the least. I think he's going to go park it on the top of that thing here. A little late for the fireworks there, McClenny, just saying. Well, he don't care. He wants to fire. There you go, race fans. Your race winner at Eldora, Gabe McClenny, the 05. Oh, my. This should be fun to walk back on for him, I bet. Race results now popping up on your screen. Kay McClenny wins it. Aaron Smith goes second. Third, Jeff Ramsdell. Fourth, Chad Adams. Fifth to Joseph Gravala. Sixth to Cody Sturgill. Seventh to Charles Van Schaik. Eighth to Ricky Udding. Ninth to Bud Shearer. And 10th goes to Samuel Harrell. Rounds out your top 10 out of this field. And what a finish and a storyline this one was. Well, not much left needing to be had. It's time to talk with the top 5 drivers. Yes, you heard me, top 5. We will listen into them when they come forth and they decide to jump in. I'm going to go ahead. I guess we're just going to start from the top to the bottom. And we're just going to kind of start it off here with your race winner joining us out of pit road and into victory lane here at Eldora. Ladies and gentlemen, the 05, Kay McClenny, your race winner here in a Cape. Man, seeing the fire spray on you and rock you down in this 05 camp, I think that was all you really wanted to see at the end of the day after that hard battle with Smith. All right, hold on a minute.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you. It's just our producers forgot to change something.
No problem.
Well, Kay McClenny, what a day, what a win, man. First victory here on dirt in a long time we've seen on dirt racing. And how did it feel to get that fire sprayed down on you at the end of this one, buddy?
Feels pretty good. Been getting into dirt about last year or two, so it feels pretty good to win it at Eldora. Aaron was fast kind of the entire first stage, but I knew once it kind of went to the top, I knew I would be one of the best up top. I like running that line, like putting the right rear up against the fence. So knew I was going to be fast up there, but all in all, had a blast.
Yeah, definitely seemed like you had a lot of cushion, a little bit of dig in that turn. I got to ask you, did the wall kind of help, kind of guide you a little too to make sure that rear end didn't get too out of proportion for you, or do you feel like you just kind of avoid as much as possible?
Yeah, I knew kind of once it got past first stage, second and a half stage, it'd be about top. So I knew the cushion would come in, just kind of put the right rear on the cushion and would just kind of run it. And seemed to be working out. I know most of the tracks where it gets up to the high line and right rear on the fence, I'm pretty good at. So I knew kind of going into it, if I would be, I'd be pretty fast. But it was all in all fun, great battles and stuff. So had a blast with it.
For sure there. Now, McClenny, I know there's some people I want to ask or talk to today about this one. Who do you want to thank here?
Just want to thank really me. Shout out to actually Chad. Was having fun with him, kind of teaching him. He's a guy that never runs dirt or ever touches it, and he's not too bad at it. Try to get him to run it more. So shout out to him. He did good. And, yeah, check out my YouTube channel, KO5.
For sure there. Well, nevertheless, congratulations on that one here. McClenny, this was a big win for you and this crew.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
For sure there. Ladies and gentlemen, Kay McClenny coming away today as your race winner. Second place, though, going to field down to the number 70 camp here. Ladies and gentlemen, he's going to join me now here into the booth here. Your second place finisher today, pilots in the 70, it is Aaron Smith. And Smith, the old gold standard profession you do, you managed to try to make it work in stage 1, but in stage number 2, things did not quite go according to plan. What went wrong here?
Yeah, I just chose the bottom on the restart, like one restart too late there, and it was running pretty well in the first couple of restarts. But once Cabe got alongside me on the outside in turn 2, it was over. I couldn't do much from there, and every restart after that, I had to start on the bottom, so it didn't fire off well at all. So it's unfortunate that a bad decision like that kind of screwed my race over, but it was fun racing them there at the end.
Yeah, it definitely was fun to watch, and looked like a few times too you were trying to end up for the slide job, but the slider didn't quite perfect as well as you wanted to. What happened exactly there as well in your case?
Yeah, I couldn't tell where he was on my right side, so the last thing I wanted to do was slide it down there and then slide up and just destroy him. So I figured I'd leave him laying there and let him get the run, give him an opportunity, and that was probably the worst choice I could have made there.
Well, I mean, worst choice or worst case scenario, I mean, still come away with the podium today, so who do you want to thank for that, sir?
Yeah, I'd like to thank all the folks at the GOAT Racing League for putting this show on, and all the folks who showed up tonight for putting on a solid race overall. I was expecting a lot more cautions there, but we got a couple pretty good runs in. But looking forward to the playoffs and seeing what those hold.
Absolutely. All right, well, Smith, congratulations, man. Well deserved on a second place finish today.
All right, thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Aaron Smith coming away second out of the bunch. Your third place finisher today, though, in that number 97 will be Mr. Jeff Ramsdell. Jeff, this one was a chaotic one. You started in the top 5, got into the 4th slot, then you went for Adams and got to the 3rd spot. How difficult was that even to get to you there, sir?
It was difficult. Dirt is not in my nature, and I'm surprised I'm talking to you here in the podium. But I'm pleased with it, though.
Pleased with that indeed. Now, I know, Ramsdell, usually have seen you more for your asphalt racing, but this is the first time we really got to see you perform on a dirt level. What was your thoughts on that versus dirt to the asphalt trends?
Dirt is definitely hard to handle. You got to really use that throttle control, and I had to use that today, and my feet were a little bit hurting, but not too bad. But glad to get away with a 3rd place. The high groove was just the way to be.
It was indeed. Well, nevertheless, though, I mean, what a performance here for you and the crew. As you come away 3rd today, who do you want to thank you for this one?
I got to thank my girlfriend for all she does for me. I got to thank Charles and Richard for being the party with me. You for putting on the broadcast, all the drivers in here. I think we had some fun tonight before the playoffs start, and we'll wrap up this truck and get the playoffs to start, and hopefully make the final for the championship.
Absolutely. Jeff, congratulations, man. The playoffs definitely have kicked into high gear, but you have as well. We'll see you next time out, buddy.
Thank you.
Jeff Ramsdale, ladies and gentlemen, going to come away 3rd out of the bunch today, but fans and friends alike, what a chaotic race this one was. From start to finish, the dirt flew, the drivers ran hard, and they threw for all they got. But that is what it's all about. So, race fans, as we close out tonight, we thank everyone for their participation and support to the show. Thank you to GOAT Racing League for tuning on in, and all the fans for coming on out. We love and appreciate every single one of you. We will see you next time when the green flies high on PTM Racing TV.